Dear students of English version 11, I am Muhammad Abadur Rahman Choudhury. Today we will discuss important topics from vector chapter, the cross product or vector products of two vector quantities. In our previous classes, we have discussed about the scalar product of two vector quantities and their properties. Now we will discuss about the cross product or vector product of two vector quantities. So first of all of you will must memorize the definition of vector product or cross product. According to the definition, the vector product or cross product, from which product we will get a vector quantity, and this product is known as cross product or vector product of two vector quantities. And in this case, the magnitude of the product will be the magnitude of first vector and second vector, and the multiplication of the sign of their between angle. Suppose So we will discuss about the properties of the cross product of two vector quantities. In our previous classes, we have seen how we can be sure or find out that two vectors acting in parallel to each other with the help of the cross product. In that cases, we have seen if the cross product of two vectors is 0, become 0, then the two vectors will act with each other in parallel way. Now we can easily find out the area of a parallelogram with the help of the cross product. It's another important properties of vector product of two vector quantities. Suppose here OABC is a parallelogram, and along with OA side, suppose there is acting vector P, and along with OC there is acting vector Q. That's two vectors. And according to the cross product, if we multiply these two vectors, Q is also a vector quantity. Now according to the cross product, if we multiply the two vectors here, vector P and vector Q, then we should get the resultant. So according to the vector quantities, if we multiply these two vectors, vector P and vector Q, according to the cross product, we will get in this way vector P cross vector Q equal to eta cap P Q sin theta. And according to the vector products, we will get this resultant here. And now if we find out the magnitude here, this we know that the vector products of two vector quantities must indicate a vector quantity. So if we get only the magnitude from here, that means if we get the magnitude of cross product, then which will be the equation. So if we want to get the magnitude, we will write in this way: vector P, mod of vector P and vector Q equal to P Q sin theta here. But from the information here, we can see here Q sin theta. Here Q sin theta indicates a particular quantities of this parallelogram. Let us draw a normal from the C on the base of the parallelogram OA. Suppose it is CD. We have drawn a normal from the point C on the base OA, that means P of this parallelogram. The normal is CD. Now here we can easily see here CD indicates the height of this parallelogram. And now from the triangle OCD, from the triangle OCD, we can easily find out the value of height CD here. So we need to find out the CD here. That means from the right angle triangle OCD, CD here is perpendicular and OC here indicates the hypotenuse. So the relation between perpendicular and hypotenuse, we know that is sin theta. So sin theta equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. Here perpendicular is CD and hypotenuse is OC. So let us put the value. The CD means here we need sin theta. CD here is height of the parallelogram, and OC, along with OC here is acting vector Q. So this value is Q. So let us find out the height. A is equal to Q sin theta. So from this information, from the value of the cross product of these two vector quantities, we can see here Q sin theta indicates the height of this parallelogram. The height of this parallelogram A is equal to Q sin theta. the height of this parallelogram. So let us put the value P and Q sin alpha. Here Q sin alpha indicates the height of this parallelogram. So P into H. So last of all, which we have got here, the base of the parallelogram and the height of the parallelogram drawn from the opposite point C on base P. So from this information, it indicates base into height of a parallelogram. It indicates the area of that parallelogram. So it indicates the area. So in this case, if two vector quantities acts along with two sides from the same point to adjacent side from the same point of a parallelogram, then we can easily find out the area of this parallelogram with the help of the cross product of them. We can easily show. Let us say again, if two vectors indicates the two adjacent side from a particular point to adjacent side of a parallelogram, then we can easily find out the area of that parallelogram with the help of the cross product. So first of all, we'll find out the cross product of those two vectors which are acting from a particular point to adjacent side of a parallelogram. First of all, we'll find out the cross product of these two vectors. Then we'll find out the value. Then after finding out the value, we'll get the area of that parallelogram. In this way, we can easily find out the area of a parallelogram with the help of the cross product. So all of the students will must memorize, will must observe, and will must think and revise very carefully. This information are very, very important, both in your academic cases, in your internal exam, first year, second year, P-test, test, HSC final, and available for the all admission. In engineering sector, in varsity sector, you must need these important techniques, the properties of the two vector quantities. So many thanks for you. No more today. In our next classes, we will discuss about more information and will practice more and more on the products of vector quantities. Thank you all of you. Thank you very much.